विश्व में हमने युवाओं की आईटी एनर्जी के माध्यम से अपना एक रुतबा खड़ा किया है और भारत इसके बात के लिए गर्व कर सकता है। दुनिया में हम आंख में आंख मिला करके बात कर सकते हैं और ये मेरा साफ मैं हमेशा कहता आया हूं, आईटी प्लस आईटी इज इक्वल टू आईटी। इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी प्लस इंडियन टैलेंट इज इक्वल टू इंडिया फुटबॉल।
Hi, very good afternoon to everyone. सभी को नमस्कार and a warm welcome from the 18th World Education Summit, School Education. And here we are with our first panel discussion. And here we are with our esteemed speaker from the India, from the Doha, and from the UAE, and from other countries as well. So here on this discussion, we are going to discuss on the topic understanding the influence of technology integration from the educator's perspective. So for this topic, we are going to invite our esteemed speaker. So I would like to invite the speaker and the moderator of this session, Mr. A.P. Sharma, Principal, Birla Public School, Doha, Qatar. Welcome, Sharma sir. Welcome to the 18th World Education Summit. Thank you for giving your precious time to us.
Thank you, Mr. Abhishek.
And I would like to welcome Dr. Thakur S. Mulchandani, School Director, Principal, Sunrise English Private School, Mussafah, Abu Dhabi from UAE. Welcome, Thakur sir. Welcome to the World Education Summit. Thank you for giving your precious time to us and enlightening us to this topic. And I would like to welcome Mr. Karanveer Singh, Director, Shemford, Futuristic School, Daman. Thank you, Karanveer sir. Thank you very much for coming to the 18th World Education Summit.
Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for making this possible. Thank you.
And I would like to welcome Bharathi Lakshmi, Principal, Hindustan International School from Chennai. Welcome, Bharathi ma'am. Welcome to the 18th World Education Summit.
Making this happen. It's really an honor and privilege to be here. Thank you very much.
It's all our pleasure, Bharathi ma'am. And we have one more speaker, Ms. Manju Gupta, Principal, Kothari International School, Noida. She will join in between. So I request all my audience, if you have any questions regarding this topic, regarding any query you have, I request please put your question in the Q&A section. We will put directly to the speaker, and if they want to, they can speak on the live session right now. So by this, I will hand over this session to our moderator, Mr. A.P. Sharma. Sharma sir, all stage is yours. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abhishek, and welcome to the team of the panel. And I'm quite sure we are going to have a good brainstorming about one of the most important topic, which is being discussed all around the world. Looking at the situation, still we can't say the post-pandemic. We are going through the pandemic, and still the process is going on. And basically, there are three areas under this topic which needs to be addressed. One is like increasing access to educational technology that is happening, increased use of technology in classroom, and the third is increase in the effectiveness of tech use to facilitate learning by teachers. So all these three things are very important considering the integration of technology in education, which was very much required. As we discussed many a times on various platforms, and we heard that what is the influence of technology in integration for the educator's point of view. We have seen very well during pandemic, where all of a sudden teachers had to move on online classes and they had to learn about various technology and tools. That is very nice to understand one particular thing, that teachers have shown as a corona warrior their own role. And basically, but this is a continuous process. Uh, as I myself have written few articles on such issues, where I said that yes, one thing has happened that is a terrible blessing in disguise during pandemic, is that technology wise and integration of technology wise, we have progressed 5 years in just 1 year. This means we are in almost 2025, and it was inevitable. And since it was inevitable, we need to address it. I welcome Manju Gupta ji here. So Manju Gupta ji, welcome to the panel discussion. And
Thank you.
She,
Thank you.
and she is from Kothari International School, Noida. So as we discussed, so first I'm asking Dr. Thakur to give his views, his opening remarks about this particular topic.
Good afternoon to everyone in India and good morning elsewhere in the Gulf. I think the teaching and learning environment is one such sphere which has been influenced by technology in a very, very big way. There are no two thoughts to it, and there have been new experiences, new collaboration, new systems, new technologies, and new, upbringings, which we have seen in the last 1 year as we have all switched to the online mode of teaching. And research has shown that technology has its own benefits, it has its advantages, which are plenty, and maybe a few disadvantages. Now, the biggest question which arises is how are our teachers going to incorporate this technology in delivery, in instruction? Instruction, which is one of the foremost pillars of teaching and learning process. And I strongly believe that effective teachers produce effective students, effective systems, and effective upbringings. And that's how our children can be 21st century skills. And teachers are seen as a main role and the main driving force and the frontline, workers who have imparted technology and who have imparted education via technology by effective means. And I'm proud to say, as I've been taking so many webinars and workshops and school inspections of CBS, teachers have embraced this technological development in a very strong, powerful, effective, instrumental, and in a very big way. And I'm sure our teachers are going to shape the children in a bigger way. And as Mr. Sharma has just said it, we have bounced or leaped 5 years ahead in the last few months, which is very, very true. And I'm confident our teachers and our learners will definitely shape the technology, and we'll see that integration happen in a real constructive, positive, fruitful, and a bigger way so that our children become smarter 21st century learners. My opening. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Thakur. I move to Mr. Karanveer for his opening remarks in the same line, because we need to think about how we can integrate it much better way, and how we can proceed further for the next year with a better standing, with a better equipped.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma. Thank you, Elets Media Tech, for this platform. Very warm welcome to all my panelists, all the fellow panelists. So, sir rightly said that technology is moving and the world is changing. Every day we hear new things like a new strain of COVID, a new strain of virus. So, education should not stop. The thing is that the kids should uh, learn every time. They should be connected to their teachers. They should be connected to their educators. What we have done in our school is we have started with online classes, and daily teachers are taking the live classes as well as their activity classes. In activity classes, also they are teaching them sports, communication skills, personality development, art and craft, likewise. So the thing is that new viruses will come. I hope they don't, but that we can't stop them. But what we can do is educate our teachers, educate their parents, kids, that learning should not stop. We should not stop at any cost. Kids need to learn new things, need to focus and build nation and make this world a better place. And definitely, I agree with Mr. Sharma also that we are already in 2025. I wish next year I hear that we are in 2035. Thank you. This is my opening. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, good to listen that 2035 we should be, and NEP is already planning that yes, we will be able to get the real dividends by 2040. So that's good that if we keep moving ahead and in the leaps and bounds, but of course we should not wait for another pandemic to do so. Rather, we have to keep our pace in such a way so that we can understand how we are progressing. So, Bharti ma'am, what do you say about this?
Namaskar and hello everyone. Mr. Sharma, thank you so much for allowing giving me the opportunity, and hello to Dr. Thakur, Manju ma'am, and Mr. Karanveer Singh. This is Bharti Lakshmi from Chennai, and as rightly everyone expressed, I think we didn't choose technology; technology chose us, thanks to the virus which came. And what I have noticed that the hesitation and the apprehensions which were there amongst teachers to kind of get digitalized, it just flew away suddenly because we had no choice. And the entire education system sort of got digitalized. Instead of children coming to school, I think we were in the children's homes, in their bedrooms, in their living rooms, and everywhere possible. We had parents who became our audience, we had grandparents who became audience. So entire new perspective to education as such, with technology coming in. And I realized that even probably even I belong to that age of teachers where technology wasn't a very welcome thing. But today we understand that technology has done a lot good. It has got us closer. It has made learning happen. As Mr. Karanveer Singh said, learning has to continue. But today the question is how much technology and to what extent. Today, when I noticed my senior children coming back to school, I have seen the joy on their faces. I have seen them, the happiness which they have when they see their teachers in real, when they actually are sitting and learning in a classroom, when they get an opportunity to go out in the sunshine, I can see the difference. So, technology has really, really helped us, helped engaging the children, help learning continue, but to what extent? And we all know, as Mr. Sharma rightly said, the virus is here to stay. How we as educators combat it, how we kind of make a nice blend of the hybrid learning, what you're talking about, is our next challenge. And that will be my opening remarks. And hats off to the entire teaching fraternity for having embraced the situation so well and lived up to the challenge. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bharti ma'am. So necessity is the mother of invention. Yes, of course. But most of the time, as we noticed that the scientists could produce the results because they found that this thing is necessary, and that's why vaccine could come in such a shorter time in the history of human civilization. And let's hope that we should not wait, and rather we should think now that there is a possibility of few more other pandemics, and we should be ready that yes, as far as the education sector is concerned, we are ready for any such kind of situation. So over to
Absolutely.
Manju Gupta ma'am. So with your opening remarks on understanding the influence of technology integration with educators perspective.
Namaskar. We were always, I namaskar to everyone on the panel and in the audience. Now, what I enjoyed during this pandemic is the things which we wanted to do for last, I would say, for last couple of years. I remember year 1982 when Intel launched the program Teach to the Future, and we were trying to work with technology, bring into the classrooms, and trying to train teachers and dealing with these digital natives, the young generation. It happened as if the teacher was thrown in a swimming pool without knowing how to swim. And the result of that is the teachers learned swimming, that is technology, so very fast. And I'm very, very happy that it happened. And as it happened, I think the new vistas of teaching learning have opened up. The things which were mundane and we were doing mundane things in the classroom, technology helped us to do it very, very beautifully. And the best part was the senior teachers, the experienced teachers who they knew everything. For them, it was a new curtain opened that, well, we do not know so much, because they knew their books, they knew the content, which was ages old, and suddenly the technology opened up a new horizon of learning for them, and then in terms transacting to the children. Children were already there. Let me put it, if some of us feel as seniors, some of us feel that we will take children forward. Let's give children, the new generation, the credit that they are holding our hands to move forward, and we have to learn to march with them. We are digital immigrants, they are digital natives. So what this technology has done, what this pandemic has done, and what is new for, that there is a bridge created between the old thought and the new thought. That is old thought that come to the class and I will teach you. I know it all. And I am the sage on the stage. And technology has said that, come on, hold my hand. I am the catalyst between two of you, the teacher and the taught, and I will accelerate your journey of learning. So technology was there, but we were not, as elders, as teachers, we were hesitating to embrace it. But during this pandemic, we have realized either we march with time or left behind. And so the result is all of us, as we are resilient teachers and educators, we have decided to adapt, adopt, and have the indomitable spirit shown to the world that yes, there is a hope at the end of the tunnel, and we are going to march with the children, the new generation. And at the age of 50 also, we are as young as 16, and we are going to march.
So I think there is some problem of connection with Manju Gupta ma'am. So I will take the first question to Bharathi ma'am. So Bharathi ma'am, the question is that there had been so many technical things and technical tools available, like Socrative, TED-Ed, Edmodo, ThingLink, Class Dojo, Education Plus, CK12, Animoto, OLabs, Kahoot, so many things. Now the thing is that in most of the schools, what happened that schools have opted for Zoom or Microsoft Team or some other medium, and they thought that that's all. Now we are technologically upgraded, and that is enough. Do you think was that enough, or there is a further need of few more tools which teachers should be trained?
So there's never an ending to learning, and the way technology is progressing, they're going to be more. And as rightly put across, the once the teachers got exposed to technology and the benefits and the list of innovations that you've mentioned, teachers started kind of exploring it themselves. And I have also observed and noticed, teachers started kind of experimenting in their own classes. So it's never going to end. There's never going when we realize how learning happened from our projected days to our educom days with a smart board, where today we are literally on systems. Even the meeting that we are having today is all because of technology. So it's ever progressive. And teachers, once exposed, started exploring. So it's never going to end. There will be more choices coming up, and it's going to get a little more difficult for us to choose what is right and what is wrong. So
So
the
yeah, yeah, please carry on.
So it's going to be an ongoing process. It's not going to stop. But we as educators, since we have already been exposed to the world of technology and the innovations and all that is coming along with it, we have to make the right choices. And as I will keep insisting, as I said before, how much of it and where should we draw a line? Because
Yes.
somewhere at the end of, with all the goodies that it got, with all the excitement that the digitalization and technology integration got, there is a sense of digital fatigue also, which we as teachers must accept.
Very correct, Bharti ma'am. But what happens, over to Karanveer ji, my question is that what happens that generally teachers, this is a human tendency, I don't blame teachers even, that they go for the minimum. They think, okay, this is the way, that is good enough. Now why to learn? Until and unless there is again a necessity, again there is a requirement that somebody will throw in swimming pool, then we will learn. Because I myself learned swimming this way only. So the basic thing is that there should be some kind of enlightenment, like the these kind of panel discussions and all are the medium where teachers get to know about the new things, new tools, new technologies, new ideas. Because it's very simple. If we share ideas, it is very simple that if I give 1 rupee to Mr. Karanveer, he will get 1 rupee. But if he, and I will lose 1 rupee. If he gives me 1 rupee, both of us will have 1 rupee. Very good. But if I give one idea to Mr. Karanveer and Mr. Karanveer give one idea to me, both of us will have two ideas. So that sharing of best practice and all those things are required. What do you say, Mr. Karanveer? My question is that how we can get into upgradation of technology and training our teachers for adapting and adopting new things without creating a pressure.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma. See, sir, the thing is that as we are in this new millennium and new century, if you open your mobile, you have everything in the world. You can look at Google, you'll find everything. You look at YouTube, you find everything. The resources are endless. The thing is that teachers uh, don't know how to implicate that. The problem is that they need to be taught. They need to be, given a platform or a teaching course, something like that. Training should be done. Regular training should be done, so that they are ever ready and they know how to take advantage of all the resources, all the web, all the you know which is available today. Like if you use Google, you'll find everything. You'll able to make a bomb also. You'll able to make a mall also. You'll have an idea to make a vehicle also, a car also, a bike also. So the possibilities are endless, the resources are endless, the knowledge is endless, but the implication of knowledge is very limited, and teachers are not that friendly. They are not that equipped to how to take care and how to implicate that knowledge. So I think teacher training is very
That confidence we have to give them.
right.
Dr. Thakur, very important thing is that during this pandemic and during this online education, there were some skills, and there is a skill gap. And there is a one question in the chat also is about that. What are these skills in your opinion, where skill gap has emerged because of online teaching?
According to me, various skills have developed, but one skill which I feel is the personalized learning, which is not happening. When children are in classroom, they have the face-to-face interaction with teachers. But in online learning, I think that personalized learning factor is almost lost. No doubt the teacher is using technology, she's using various tools, various equipments, various platforms to teach the children. But the personalized learning approach, the one to one care, the one to one attention, the one to one look, the one to one, you can say, feeling, which children have when they are in four walls of the classroom, lost. So I would proudly say that we are missing our children. We are missing the classrooms. We are missing the chatter of the children, sound of the children, their love, their care and affection. So personalized learning is one thing which is one skill which I feel is totally lost. And the second is the skill to relearn and learn, which happens in a classroom setting but does not happen in an online learning. So I feel this is one skill which, according to me, Mr. Sharma, is lacking in the online learning or the distance learning mode, which we have adopted from the last 1 year in all the classrooms and in all the schools across the.
So, very nice, Dr. Thakur. So, Manju ma'am, you said that when you throw somebody in swimming pool and then will learn the swimming, I totally agree with that. Now, there are again the problem will I will continue with this skill gap. Like, for example, he talked about the personalized learning. There is a related to he's talking about indirectly differential learning also, because every child has a different kind of way to learn according to Howard Gardner, that there are multiple intelligence theory, and here we are unable to talk to them, and especially the students with special need are affected a lot adversely. That was a big challenge. Now there is a very big question of collaboration. So collaboration and as well as the practical activities, where when the CBSE is talking too much about the competency building through experiential learning was missing. So how to deal with that?
I would moderate it a little. As you say, experiential learning was missing, or personalized learning was missing. I slightly differ, because what happened was that these technological tools which are available, rather when we were in face-to-face school, PAL, personalized adaptive learning, we were doing through technology. In our school with our children, we were doing it through technology, the PAL programs, personalized adaptive learning. And today, when we were in pandemic and we were all on screen, this happened even at a faster rate. Children could be helped to solve their whatever was their through this flip learning and PAL modules. They were helped more. That this is what my experiences with my teachers and the feedback of children, parents, and of course the teachers, that the personalized learning happened very well, because there are tools which we were missing in the classroom. And the second is, if you talk about the skill set, well, the skill set of the children, of the teachers, and the learning went on an accelerated rate. So I have my experience and my feedback say that it's good to be on platform, and my future ambition or future line of action is that whatever is our content learning will happen through this online mode. But the personal touch, when we want to pat a child, when we want to, wherever there is a direct link, that is life skill development, social emotional skills development will happen in school. But teaching of math, science, English, social science can happen online, and it happens very well. In previous years, if I talk about even the board classes, if the courses were completed for various reasons by October, November, this year they were all over by 15th of September. And the children were satisfied, the teachers were satisfied, and I'm quite happy to report here that I'm very sure the students are well prepared, and the board results would be good. So I saw this was an opportunity to turn on the future in today, because that's how the education is going to be, where it's all personalized. A child can be in chapter 5, the other child can be at chapter 3, and the third child can be at chapter 10, and teacher was able to handle that. So that personalized look was there in learning, and I'm happy. Whereas in a class of 24, we have a class of 24 in a section. So in a class of 24, when it is face to face, to do it one by one at different paces. Rather, the gifted education program was done very well in this scenario. And when you say the children with learning disabilities, they were also given that their own corner in the classroom, their own time in the classroom, and they were able to manage. So somewhere my experiences are a little different with technology and learning and tomorrow. And I'm very hopeful that tomorrow is going to be even brighter for children, for teachers, and for learning. Thank you.
Yes, Manju ma'am. Actually, you made a very explosive statement, which about which the whole education world and the social organization were worrying, because in 2019 there was much a talk that after 2030 maybe that there will be many schools and colleges which will work online only. But society and social reformers, they refused the idea. They said that students, until and unless come to school and socialize physically with each other, they learn many more skills. And what Dr.
True.
Thakur was talking about personalization was related to the multiple intelligence theory, as well as this social interaction, which is very important to know how to live in society, how to resolve the conflicts, and so many other things. Yes, of course, the O labs are there. There is simulation. Simulation is also there. But simulation and having personal contact, all these things we need to develop. And of course, now we are going for the hybrid. Hybrid means there are few children who are coming to school also, where we are able to make them socially aware. So, Dr. Thakur, what's your opinion? Calibration, it started happening in most of the schools in Gulf also. Now, how do you look forward for the next year, when we are thinking about things will improve a little bit and there will be hybrid kind of learning and teaching? So, how will you manage the calibration, particularly because the teamwork and calibration is much more required?
So if you can please repeat the question because your voice is cracking a lot.
Okay, so my question is that now in coming days, how you are looking at the calibration, particularly how to calibrate, how will you make the teamwork activities available for students?
Okay, yeah, that's a very interesting question. Now, looking at the times as we are online for the last so many months, collaboration can be increased, teamwork can be increased among the students and the teachers in various ways. I have 6 points for that. One is by organizing a lot of competitions for our children, which we all do, but competitions which are innovative, which are creative, which are bringing out their best potentials, which are bringing out their best skills. And most important, children take part with a spirit to participate, not with a spirit to win, not with a spirit to be first, second, third. Secondly, collaborative activities among the children in the school, collaboration where they think, they talk, they interact, they debate, they discuss, they argue, they deliberate, and they arrive at conclusions. Thirdly, will be collaborations with other schools, which we need to do on a larger scale because we need our children to learn the culture, the systems, the plans, the policies, and procedures, not only of the country where they study, but also of the neighboring countries and countries of the world. That is what this COVID has taught us, that we all are one. It's not one nation which is affected. All the nations of the world have been affected, and all the nations of the world have resorted to online learning. The fourth important aspect, how we can increase collaboration, is by having a teamwork of students coming together to discuss the climate goals, the climate action plans, the climate research, and other projects. And this is what I feel is very important. If some countries of the world can do it, why not us? There have been some countries where this climate action research projects have reached leaps and bounds, and children have been doing a tremendous and a wonderful task in this aspect. The fifth area of increasing collaboration among children is giving them a chance to do research, to do activities online, is giving them research topics where they find out about various important aspects which are touching us, like COVID response teams, COVID action plans, COVID learning, post learning, pre learning, classroom learning, field experience, all that can increase the collaboration among our children in a very, very big way. And the last and the most important is allowing children to be the center of any classroom. I always tell my teachers, children are not there to hear your chapper chapper. Chapper chapper means talks. They are there to learn. They are there to grow. Let it be 90% student talk and 10% teacher talk. So collaboration can be increased among children only when they are the center of the learning. They are given a platform to come forward and speak, talk, take part in the discussion, teach lessons, handle technology, handle the classroom, handle each and every aspect, and where teacher is only the facilitator, where he or she guides them, whether they are right or wrong, or adds further to their teaching learning process. So I think these are the 6 ways in which collaboration can be increased, whether it's online or offline. But once again, I would like to retaliate. Nothing can replace the lively teaching environment, what we have seen till 2020 February. I am not against the online learning, but I'm sure our schools and our classrooms will get life and chitter chatter as our children are back to the classrooms, praying to Almighty that this COVID ends and our children are back to the classrooms and we see the real teaching happening. Not that teachers are using technology only because they are online now. Teachers have been using technology for the last so many years, whether it was the 20th century or the 21st century, where we have almost finished 20 years into it. Thank you.
Very nice, Dr. Thakur. So there is a simple message. Very clearly, this pandemic has given us that even if, not even if, means by God's grace, pandemic will get over. And still, we should take the benefit of online education also in the regular teaching. And all the school buildings and teachers, everybody has been made to make or provide children live education and more participation. That is quite true. So, Karanveer, that will continue. There is no doubt about that. And yes, of course, most of the schools will continue with online learning also, like remedial teaching. PTMs had been very, very interesting, and parents were very happy because they got time and there were waiting rooms. So in your school, what are few skills which you would like to inculcate for teachers? That these are the few skills teachers must know now to upgrade themselves to align with the new circumstances.
Thank you, sir. So, first of all, as I spoke, teachers need training, right? So they need they need to understand that how they have to use the technology and how they have to implicate that, and how kids have to gain from it, how they have to learn from it. Secondly, I guess teachers have to take this initiative and try to understand kids the importance of learning, not only to educate them, but how to use that education, how to use that knowledge in their life, in their in their day-to-day this thing, family or whatever. They should know that only education and learning doesn't stop at school. They have to use it, they have to educate others, they have to enlighten, and they have to guide others too. And the thing is that what we are teaching them today, they will have to one day use it, and they should know the right way to use it, not just learn it, or not just रट्टा मार लिया, पास हो गए, एग्जाम दे दिया आपने, वहां पे it won't work, और उससे there is no use also. And educators should also see that kids are learning, they are not only teaching them. The learning is very important. Kids should use that knowledge and use it in a right way to make this world, this country and their family proud. And teachers are doing great, I guess, because no one was giving time, no one was given any this thing that there would be a lockdown or this pandemic is coming, everything would shut down, schools will not open. Still it's going, so not 100% of the students are going to school, even parents are scared. So teachers have to uh, made aware that anything is possible and anything is going to be like come in your way. But students, the learning should never stop. Your duty never ends, and you have to teach and keep teaching.
This means, Karanveer, that you will teach them all those tools and apps which I told in the beginning, like
Definitely.
Kahoot and OLabs and Animoto, and then let them decide that what instrument they use in their teaching. But they need to use these small
Right.
instruments in that way. So,
Right. Yes.
Bharathi
Oh,
ma'am, the question comes here is that students were given assessment, this time wrote online answers, and teachers were teaching online also. Teachers were assessing also online through maybe the G Suite or whatever you were using. Long back, around 10, 12 years back, CBSE started this system that, okay, screen checking through computer screen checking was done, and then there was a lot of resentment from the teacher side. Why it is very difficult and all. What do you think that this assessment teachers are happy and they are ready to continue with this kind of assessment, evaluation
Well,
specifically?
Well, regarding the assessments, teachers, as I said, they have adapted well. I'm not saying they're completely happy, but they're happy that they have learned a way to assess by way of technology. And they realize that there's not only one solution available, there are various solutions available. The authenticity, the truth of it, we're not discussing or debating that. But yes, learning has happened. Children have written their assessments, teachers have evaluated. And what I realize is even while they're evaluating, they're learning something more. I'll give you a small example. My teachers and my middle school teachers were using Doc Hub to do the corrections. And suddenly they realized that Doc Hub doesn't allow you to correct more than 5 papers. And there's another teacher who pitches in saying, okay, we have another option on Microsoft Edge. So I realized that this collaboration of learning happening amongst the teachers also. I know something new, I share. I have picked up something else, I share. Of course, a lot of, in fact, learning happens within the classroom. When we talk to children, we learn from them. Ma'am, and children have been very kind of, forward and very, very helpful, saying, ma'am, this tool is available, that tool is available. So teachers have also learned a lot from children as well. So there was always another teacher to pitch in and say, we have
Nice.
a solution available. We're not going to stop at it. So immediately there was a solution available and we shifted. So this, as I said in the beginning, this is going to be an ongoing process now. There will be something new coming up. There will always be something. We will fail at one end. There'll be something new to help us out. And that,
Nice to hear that.
yes, when we help each other, when we pitch in for each other, it's never going to be a failure. The
Very
satisfaction,
nice,
I'm not
Manju,
debating
ma'am.
about it.
Yeah, very nice to have that feedback even from India. That's very good because in Gulf countries we have teachers who are well trained and we were using technology for many years, just being rich countries and all. But India, yes, there is a digital divide. I will come to digital divide later. But to Manju ma'am, I'm asking one challenging question. So, ma'am, the thing is, we are insisting, right? NEP, CBSE, both are insisting on vocational education. And now, from class six onwards, we are going to start compulsorily. How will we deal with that? Give some light, give some guidance to all the viewers about that.
All right. The online education is not like, of course, it has to be experiential, it has to be hands on vocational education. But I would say there's lot which can be done in these vocational courses. I was choosing for the year to come, for the new academic year, and I discovered that there are many things which can be done online, like banking, like home science. In that, the practical aspect can have through simulations, and later they can come for 2 days in the lab in case we continue to be online. But the whole story is vocational education is all about experiential learning. So for experiential learning, definitely we'd like to have our children on board in school and take them forward. So that's what I said. I will teach them mathematics online, but vocations I will teach them in school. Life skills I will teach them in school, or I will create an environment for them to learn. Why would I teach? I will create an environment for them to learn, and the result of that is the child would be future ready. So there
Great,
are
nice to
around
hear.
12 vocational courses which can be done online, which we were looking at from grade 6 to 8. And if these are done well, I think we will nurture children enough to be future ready. Thank you.
Very nice. So, uh, Dr. Thakur, next question is again a challenging question. Students are still missing sports and games. So how to deal? What is your planning for the next term?
Your question is really challenging, but we have been doing a lot in our school. I know children have been missing the sport, the playground. The playgrounds are all empty without the sound of the children. In our school in Sunrise English Private School, Abu Dhabi, we had a 4-point strategy for this. One is daily we are organizing online physical activities. Every day before the assembly, we have physical activities for our children of grade 1 to 12. It happens for around 3 to 4 minutes, where our PE teachers take charge with the help of the class teachers and try to organize physical activities, physical fitness activities, so that children are really, feeling that we are back to school, the normal assembly and everything. Secondly, we had a lot of online competitions for children, online football, online chess, online carom, online certain other competitions, yoga and karate. We had these competitions for our children right from the month of June and carried forward in September, October. The participation was overwhelming, and my teachers were really, saying it's a lot. But I said that's how you have to really, make our children more active. Thirdly, we had online quizzes for the children where participation was again very good. But as you say, it, or as all of us agree, children are going to miss the natural playgrounds, which is difficult to bring them because the Education Council, even after we have reopened the school, does not allow us to make them play on the ground. So that experience is going to be difficult. So whatever we can organize online for them is the best. And fourthly, we had interactive sessions with few sports personalities, where they spoke to the children of different age groups, different classes, right from grade 3 to 9, of how they could be active, how they can be, strong, and how they can keep themselves physically fit. So these were the 4 strategies we adopted so that children really don't miss the sports. But I still feel that's not enough. A natural environment is always the best. But these were the strategies used by my school in the last 10 months. Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Thakur, what you did, I also did the same thing. Like children are bouncing the ball, hitting the ball, and those kind of things where they can send the video and all. But team games, and all that is missing. So Bharti ma'am is raising hand. So
Yes.
Bharti ma'am, question to you also.
I just want to pitch
In
in a
addition
little
to what
idea
you
here.
no, in addition
As
to what you speak, my question
Dr.
is,
Thakur rightly said, oh, sorry, can I just add on to whatever
yeah, please.
regarding sports? Of course, the early morning fitness classes were held. Half an hour is a must for everyone. Another interesting thing, what we did was every month we conducted a competition or an event where the parent and the child had to collaborate and send us a video. It could be of yoga or it could be of a game that they played together somewhere in the vicinity of their homes. And that really, really made so much of a difference to the children. The bonding, as we call, which the child had probably missed. And the fact that they were doing it with their parents really excited them. The fact that they were sending it to us excited them more. So this kind of, sparked that thing of keeping the sports and keeping the fitness alive in them. So I thought
But
this is an important.
I have another question for you, Bharti ma'am,
Yes, sir.
which you can only answer. Actually, we did one very interesting thing, and it was applauded by everybody. We conducted one virtual science exhibition where parent and child presented the
We
views
did
that
that.
too means lively. Now, my question to you is, Bharti ma'am, that most of mothers, they are complaining how to engage our children because they are not going to sleep on time, because they are not losing energy in any activity. So the whole Pandora box of energy or the whole storage of energy is being used for distraction most of the time in house, and it is very difficult for us. What kind of advice you would like to give them?
Now, here the advice I think that is universal, channelizing the children's energy is a very, very universal thing. Now, what we introduce is something called not life skills, but living skills. We sort of encourage the child, to see how he or she help the parent at home. It could be sweeping, mopping, it could be stitching, it could be, cleaning up the kitchen, it could be cooking in any possible way. The bit of a gardening, and each child was assigned a particular your choice. You do anything that you want, but with the parents and send us a video or something. See, the fact that excites the children is, that they're sharing the video with your teacher and that the teacher will talk about it the next day. So we introduced something called living skills, but not life skills, which engage them in small. I remember when we were kids, we were taught sewing. We were taught those in class, which was missing all these days. Children were taught. Now children, when they're doing it with their parents, they're finding very exciting. Painting, cooking, sewing, cleaning their own homes. Now, these things are actually exciting the children and they're ready to do it. And this is one positive aspect which the parents found that, yes, we are kind of, sharing time with our children in a very constructive way. And then, of course, the online chess, and to add on to it, we had an online virtual inter-school culturals also, where about, 30 schools participated. We had a 2-day event that excited the children. And children, as we said, they are much more advanced than us in technology. They did the entire groundwork. We teachers were there as kind of facilitators, but they took it up so well. And then we realized that, okay, there's much more for us also to learn. So inter-school competitions, investiture ceremony, online chess competitions, living skills. Now these were the beautiful features of technology integration into our life during these COVID times.
So, Karanveer ji, question to you is again, it's an interesting question. Most of the parents complain about screen time. And on other hand, they say that, yes, my child is in class 5 and 6, and they are on a screen for this many hours. So you said that the school says, yes, 2 hours and 2.5 hours is not big enough. Said no, but then he want to see his favorite Cartoon Network, and about that he can't live. So add
Right.
that 2.5 hour. So this is becoming 5 hours. So what kind of solution you have to reduce screen time, or to have another system where we can have some solution for that?
So, sir, the thing is that we also face the same problem, and we came up with the idea. What we did, we introduced Google Classroom. What it does, it gives you the parents the full freedom, and all the articles and all the this thing, what you can say, schedules are posted in that. So what we planned from 9 a.m. in the morning till 9 p.m. in the night. The whole day schedule was shared with parents. So they will get up at they'll get up at 8 a.m. and they'll start with their morning dance, and then they'll do their breakfast at this time. After breakfast, we are going to have this class. Then there would be a 15 minutes break. Then another class is there. So in evening they have their activity. They have their TV time is there also there. Then the family time is also there. In that we share activity every day. So activities like, you can say, Simon Say, or treasure hunt, or fireless cooking, etc., etc. All of those activities are there. So the whole day schedule is given to the parents, right from the start till night. So parents are following that. It is helping in reduction of the screen time as well. Kids are learning also new things. Specifically, we have given 40 minutes for TV time. So parents are saying, as teachers are like posting that, and teachers are like motivating and counseling the kids, they are only watching TV for that specific time. And it's a great thing. The See, as an educator, we have to think beyond. लाइक मील पे नहीं रुक सकते कि पेरेंट्स के सामने क्या प्रॉब्लम होगी, हमको ये सोचना है बच्चा कैसे सोच रहा है. राइट, अब उसको तो पता है लॉकडाउन है, पेरेंट्स को भी पता है लॉकडाउन है. सो व्हाट यू कैन डू, you can give them a full day schedule. You can give them, see, this time you have to do this time you have to do this, and you try to implement that. I'm 100% sure kids won't be having any this thing,
Yeah,
extra
very right.
screen time or anything. And also parents won't be having any questions regarding this because in starting, yes, this pandemic, when lockdown was there, we were having the same issue. Then we came up with this idea and it worked wonderful.
Yes, Karanveer, actually, we were having an international conference in UK where
Right,
there were participants from 50 countries, and they said, see, it is not necessary that every time when learning is happening, child has to look at a screen. There are
right,
few subjects in which audio is sufficient. So school
right,
has to devise a system in which they say this is audio only, and
right,
video means video is not to see the face of teacher only. Correct. When the teacher
right,
is
right.
and students are looking at his or her face, wherever
Yes,
it is not required, then one must stick to audio. So there
yes.
should be
So
a combination of
yeah,
audio
so
and video.
from 8:30 p.m. to 9 it's our story time.
Ah,
So
no,
we
that is
give a link. Yeah. So we post a link to this thing, a free story.
so. Yes,
So
no, that's good enough.
kid, yeah.
Yes,
So kid
Manju ma'am,
listen to it.
you are. I have seen on screen that you yourself are doing multitasking, and same was the problem of homemakers at home. That mothers were doing multitasking, and they were expecting children to do multitasking. As Mr. Karanveer said that the mother should involve children into cooking also, in cleaning also, and few more things. How do you say, and how to educate children to address this, and also to help mothers, because now during online, parents played a very important role in helping the teachers. Rather, they were the surrogate teachers.
I would say they were the real teachers, sir, because we were giving the instructions, but who was the doer? Who was the action taker? This is the parents. So today, like yesterday, we had the thank you ceremony for the parents, because this year has gone because parents were all around. We could only talk from the screen this side, but who was helping children to achieve was the parent. So a thank you ceremony was organized for the parents, that because of you, today your child is clearing this grade, because today we have the result day. So the whole story goes that the parents were by our side, and so the child learned. The second thing, we didn't fix any schedule. We gave them the activities of the day, that this is what you have to do. You schedule your day. So, with the help of the parents, they scheduled the day. And as they scheduled the day, they didn't feel, but they had to report. So, they didn't feel that they were imposed upon, that from this time to this time they have to do this, and from this time to this time they have to do this. They had to do this, or we suggested. So, we were having a suggestive activity plan. Some did, some did not do, and we let it be, because the whole story goes about that when you restrict, when you order children, or when you bulldoze parents that do this, parents also rebel and children also rebel. So we did a suggestive thing, and the result of that is lot came out, and the parents were also partners in designing all this. So we had a parent
Great.
group who
So
designed for the grid. So
yes,
if you become a democratic system, or if you become an open-ended system, I felt that it worked wonders with children and
so
parents
towards
and
end,
teachers.
yes, excuse me, ma'am. So towards end, I'm giving one minute to each speaker for closing remarks on the center topic is understanding the influence of technology integration from education perspective, educators perspective. So I'm starting with Dr. Thakur. 1 minute each.
Uh, I think it has been a wonderful discussion today. I would try to sum up that our teachers have embraced technology in a very powerful, positive, creative, and impactful manner. But a lot more needs to be done, a lot more professional training, maybe changing teachers' mindsets towards some aspects of technology which they have not been able to integrate well for certain reasons. And most important, raising the overall efficiency to know that technology is only a tool, but it's not the end of teaching. It's not the and nothing can replace the lively classrooms, as I have been saying again and again through my discussion. And most important is seeing that our children and our parents accept online learning as a part of the education system, which is going to continue, I think, for quite some time till we are away and we have wiped out this dreaded COVID from the mankind. So I would try to sum up: technology is there, it needs to be integrated, and we all need to be tech savvy as we are into the 21st century. And we have been talking and discussing and debating about a lot of 21st century skills. Technology needs to be integrated into our day-to-day lives more effectively, more strongly. But for that, our mindset needs to be changed, our efficiency needs to be increased, and our professional development needs to be multifold and dimensional. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bharti ma'am, in 2 sentences. We have paucity of time, so 2 sentences as
No
closing
problem.
remark.
Thank you, everyone. And in exactly 2 sentences, technology has done us well, has supported us. I only wish and pray the digital fatigue doesn't set in. And we as teachers always remember we can only be supported by technology, but never be substituted. That's for sure.
Great.
It's the teacher
Very
and the
nice.
child in real classroom situation which has to go on. And thank you
Very
very
well
much,
said.
everyone.
Yeah, Mr. Karanveer, 2 sentences.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma. You have been a wonderful moderator and very good discussion, and I enjoyed it all. The thing is that teachers and parents and children have to be educated about the technology, how to use it, how to implement it. And we are doing great, and I think we'll do great in future also. Nothing can stop us, nothing can stop learning. Thank you.
Yes, Manju ma'am, closing remarks.
All right. Technology has put a little more faith in the indomitable spirit of teachers, adaptability, agility, and resilience. So, with all this in hand, of a teacher in his head, in her heart, and attitudes, well, technology will take us leaps and bounds, and the children would be happier learners, and teachers would be happier givers, and society will grow day in and day out. So, looking forward for a bright future. Thank you.
So thank you very much, the panel members,
Thank you.
Dr. Thakur, Bharti ma'am, Karanveer ji, and Manju Gupta. So Manju Gupta ma'am, my last sentence is, yes, there is another century that will take to replace the teacher. Yes, teacher is needed to use the technology, and technology is required for teacher to upgrade. So let's hope that very new things will come. Teachers will really accept it, and we, as the educators and the leaders in education, will embrace it. Thank you very much to everybody, and thank you to all the audience for patient listening. And it's a great discussion. Over to
Thank you so
Abhishek.
much. Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful moderation. And there is some more questions from the audience side, sir. We will directly email to you. If it seems worthy for you, you can revert me on the email so that we can send back to the audience. And I request audience, if you have any further questions, you can take it offline as well on our speakers. They are very much proactive on the social media. You can directly follow them. You can directly ping them. And I request, please ask some genuine question, not any kind of reckless questions. So here I request Rajeshwar, can we present the digital certificate to our speaker, small token of appreciation from the World Education Summit. It is speaker certificate is presented to Dr. Thakur S. Mulchandani, School Director, Principal, Sunrise English Private School, Abu Dhabi, UAE. Thank you, Thakur
Thank
Sahab.
you.
Thank you for joining us at the summit.
Thank you.
To AP Sharma, Principal, Birla Public School, Doha, Qatar. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for giving your precious time to the World Education Summit. You are always a wonderful moderator for us. Thank you, Manju ma'am, the Principal, Kothari International School, Noida. Thank you, Manju ma'am, for giving your precious time to us, to World Education Summit and enlightening us. To Karanveer Singh, Director, Shemford Futuristic School, Daman. Thank you, Karanveer, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for
Thank
giving your precious time to us. And to Bharati Lakshmi, Principal, Hindustan International School from Chennai. Thank you, Lakshmi ma'am. Thank you for coming to World Education Summit and beautiful insights. So by this, we will wrapping this session. And thank you very much. Namaskar, सभी को नमस्कार World Education Summit की ओर से. So by this, we will go to the lunch break, and after this, I request audience to please log in on the Avatar platform for our next panel discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.